Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another model kit review. This time it's going to be of the brand new Bandai Mobile Suit Gundam, the Witch from Mercury, premium Bandai exclusive high-grade 1/44 scale Gundam Lfrith Pre-Production Model from the prologue episode of The Witch from Mercury, which is a very good show. Even if you're not a Gundam fan, I do recommend checking it out. It was very good. I thought so. So this here is actually an army builder, and it wasn't really featured that much in the show at all, and didn't really have any action. It, of course, was featured in the prologue, only for almost like a blink if you and you miss it moment. But I believe if I looked at some of the screenshots recently, episode 19, I believe it also was featured a little bit, but a bunch of them just sitting in a hangar. Very much this did not have any action, so I am surprised that they decided to make this kit. I don't really blame Bandai for making this a premium Bandai exclusive just because it really didn't have any screen time. But this is an army builder, so it would have been nice if it was a retail release so it was easier for people to get, because getting this as an army builder on premium Bandai is going to be a very hefty price to pay, and the limited time pre-orders. I got the first batch, which I believe with the pre-orders were earlier this year, and they came out just recently in July. And I think the next batch of pre-orders is closing really soon. It might be closed by the time I upload this review, but they are going to be released in November. So I don't know. They probably could have figured out a way to make this a retailer release, but they just decided to do it this way. It's whatever at this point. I've been yapping a lot, so we're just going to go really quick with the packing. There's not much to talk about here. I think that premium Bandai boxes are a little bit boring. It's just this monochrome color. It doesn't look bad. I just wish it was in full color. But you have the pre-production Lfrith model kit throughout the whole box, as well as the wording I said earlier, Gundam Lfrith pre-production model, as well as the prologue of which for Mercury high grade 1/44 scale, as well as the Bandai logos was on the front of the box, and Bandai Namco and Ages 8 and Up was also on the front of the box as well. Now on this side here, this has particular images of just a neutral pose of the pre-production Lfrith from the front and back as well. On the opposite side, a bunch of warnings that are, I can't read them. Unfortunately, I don't understand them. But also, we do have the barcode there, but you're really not going to be finding this in store, so it's kind of useless to show you the barcode, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and see what's inside before the build. So because this is based off of the retail Lfrith, you are getting a lot of reused parts, but a lot of new stuff as well. And you are getting some excess parts that you're not going to be using that was with the original Lfrith. Runners B1 as well as C, those are all from the previous Lfrith, so you're using all of those. Most of the A runner is also from the previous Lfrith, but some of those parts you're also not using. As well as half the D runner, I believe, was also from the previous Lfrith, and then the other half was, you're not using some of those parts. Mostly like the head and chest stuff from the previous Lfrith, you're not using. You probably could still use them if they're compatible, just to personalize your own pre-production model. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that, but F1, 2, G, all of those runners are brand new because they're for the missile pods and some other parts, as well as the stickers. There's a decent amount of reuse from the stickers, but there is a lot of new. And speaking of the stickers, these are all of the stickers on the sheet here. There is a decent amount, like the head camera stuff, as well as the chest stuff, and then some of the knee pad stuff. They're also, they're going to be reused, but in different colors. But also, all of these green and red circular stickers, those are going to be for the Chelonians, I believe, which we'll talk about those in a little bit. I did not use a single one of these stickers. I'm just telling you right now, they're going to be way much of a hassle, but I will show you guys what I did in a little bit. Here is a 360 of the model kit. Everything built here, it looks really fantastic. It's a nice looking model kit. I don't know if you're going to want to have this one over the Lfrith. If you just want one or the other, I'd probably pick the retail one, just to be honest, mostly just because it's easier to get. If you do want to army build this one, hopefully you got your pre-orders in, though, and you got enough that you were able to afford. Because, again, it's going to be a pretty hefty cost because of the extra premium Bandai fees and all that. Let's just go ahead and take a look at all of the extra stuff that this comes with, including the backpack and all the other accessories. I want to quickly go over the reused, or, leftover stuff, I should say, from the original Lfrith. We have these special colors, different colors, I should say, for the original chest piece. So it's going to look different in the retail version, and then the different colors here for the original headpiece with the bunny ears, kind of like that. Again, if you wanted to, mix and match, maybe personalize your own pre-production model, you could. I'm not going to swap parts because for now it's just going to be a hassle. But then we do have this beam effect that it's not going to work for that at all. So you're not really using that. And it goes right into talking about the rifle. This looks pretty nice. I like a lot of detailing going on in here. But it's just really molded in this one color. Not really any. I don't really know if it's supposed to be more than just this color. It still looks good. There's nothing really crazy about it. We do have a sticker right here, pretty big sticker, and then a sticker down here. I do want to mention, be careful with these sections. A little bit hollow here. If you push in, you could potentially stress the plastic. I might even be seeing that, or there could be something playing a trick on me. But just be careful. I've done that, unfortunately, to retail Gunpla, those guns before, and I'll show you what it looks like holding the rifle. Not the greatest pose right now, but it holds it pretty well. I feel like the wrist might be a tiny bit loose on mine because it seemed like it was moving around a little bit, but it holds this very nicely. We're going to move on to the Chelonian pieces here. So you get 6 of these ones here. I have yet to put any stickers on this. You could put the green or the red stickers on here. I'm not bothering right now. You'll see here with these, I'm just going to go ahead and open, I think it's this one I was opening. Yeah, so you see how this looks for the undone Chelonian, and then this piece here, it's all the way out, but these are not going to be compatible. This is only really for when these things fly out. They're remote controlled bombs, and you would need a Witch for Mercury base, which I kind of wish this came with that, but at the same time, a lot of the Witch for Mercury kits need that base, so you might as well just buy one yourself, and it's not super expensive. But, I mean, they look good. I've yet to bother doing anything with the circle in here or any of the stickers. Again, I didn't use any of the stickers. I'll show you what I did instead. So, first of all, here is just a close look at what one of these undone Chelonians look like. Very simple, and I'm not the first to do this. I've been watching videos on this one lately just to see how people have been, doing this. I used a chrome green Gunpla Gundam marker here that I got a while ago. I just filled it in, scraped off a little bit of the excess right there. It just was way easier to do that than use any of those stickers that I know have like a little bit of like cuts in them, and they would be recessed in the details, and I knew it was going to be a nightmare for me to do it, so I just did it like this. And I could do a little bit better with some of these, but overall they don't look too bad. Yeah, I need to clean up these a little bit more later. But moving on to the backpack, like the detailing here, like part separation, that looks really great how they detailed this section here. Not really, I don't really know how it was supposed to look in the anime, but like they do have internal details on these doors that open. They're just in this green though. I don't really know if it's all supposed to, be green and then black here, or if the inside is supposed to be completely black. I don't know, so I'm not going to really dig on that too much. We have these different like vent systems or whatever. That is a different size here, a little bit larger and a little bit smaller up top. And I will say, these parts, I don't know what, I had to like disassemble this at one point and then reassemble everything correctly based on the, it's really hard to open too, based on the instructions, because sometimes they're not super duper clear. One side needs this one prong section here, while the other side needs this too. That's how you properly close it. But like the separation of the plastic isn't that great either on this thing. I feel like I've done everything I could correctly, and it just keeps separating at some points. This is what the other side looks like though. Still looking pretty good. And then just to go all in, you see this. Yeah, these things are just a little bit difficult for me to open, especially not super duper hard, but I want to do it quick on camera, but you can't really do that. This one's the easiest to do it. Sometimes these will kind of come undone. It's not the most secure way to do it because it just kind of fit in here, these little sections here that peg in there. But I mean, these things are really impressive looking. I really like how they look completely open. You got to see the 360 earlier of how this looks when they aren't open, they're closed. So that's what they look like completely open. You can flip these up here like that. That also looks really sick, and you can remove these whenever you need to. And I'll go ahead and go over a little bit of the articulation. There's a ball joint right in here on these things. It feels a little loose with these, but they're just a little heavy. It's not that top heavy, but these ball joints in here are a little heavy. So just keep that in mind. I do have to lean this forward a little bit though because of this backpack. We also get a swivel up here and then right here as well. Oh, these also bend out like this too at this section. So that's pretty sick. I'm going to pop this off one more time. That's what the internals look like, or not really internals, just this side looks like. And you have these vent sections looking really nice as well. So this is a pretty nice looking backpack. This was definitely pretty time consuming, but it was worth the time and effort needed. Now, I don't want to make this part too long, but I do want to do a comparison with the original Lfrith, which I'd love to review more of these witch kits, especially this. I love this particular line of high grades. Biggest difference, of course, is the color palette. You know, white and pink on the original, which is really good, and then like a bright gray, and then, you know, this bluish gray with some white where the pink would be. Something different, some type of green, like a lime green, or maybe something brighter. I don't really know exactly which green. But in that chest section right here. And then, like this, how the stickers are done. You have white stickers here instead of these pink stickers. So it's, I mean, they're different colors, but like the approach is inversed almost. Where this white, you know, it's mostly white here. This is going to be its primary color. Then this here being pink, this is going to be white. So it's very interesting to see that. I love this color palette too. I'd love to see like maybe do a custom of a different Gundam in this color palette. The thing is that like we have a different chest piece on the, we have the original piece for this on the runner that you're not using. I think to tell the difference, I really just can't tell that much of a difference. There is like a little bit more of this like smoother detail, like a triangle detail right here compared to this. So I guess it was that different enough in this little green section to where they had to redo 2 to 3 parts of the chest. But like pretty much everything besides the chest and the head, of course, all of that is going to be the exact same. Even like I'm pretty sure the color of the stickers are the exact same too, just so you know what to work with. We didn't get the pre-molded, I forget what this is called here, but this light up section on the chest that a lot of these witch kits have. We have a pre-molded one here, and then there's also the optional molded clear one for this, and then those stickers are interesting. But this is just the pre-molded clear dark one here, and then a sticker on here, and I don't think that I just don't think it looks as good as the pre-molded one there. And you have the option I showed off earlier of doing it lit up here or black. I personally, I just decided to do it black. And I believe I can reuse the spare one from the original Lfrith that I have with a black sticker on there for this, but I don't have it right now. So moving on to actually talk about this. This detailing is really nice. Again, you do see, I'm bringing it out just real quick again, sorry. Just how the bunny ears are a little bit different. Just the entire like seam line made there is completely different. So they had to do the head differently. At least the externals of the head. Like that clear piece on the head and the internals of the head and even the stickers, they're all the exact same. But they look really fantastic with a lot of great detail. Even without panel lining this, those details come through really nicely. I like how the form of the head is done. You see how the separation in the neck there with that dark gray and that bluish gray is really sick. The white on the back here looking very nice. Just a really nice type of plastic used here, this matte. I mean, it's like a semi-gloss really, but it mostly has just a really nice plastic feel where it definitely feels matte. And the quality of the plastic on all these witch kits is really fantastic. I am definitely a bigger fan of semi-gloss plastic compared to the glossier plastic that tends to mark up easier. I mean, if you have your methods to fix that. Here, I mean, like a lot of the part separation and just how things were on the runner allowed for really easy cleanup, except for some areas of like the curves, like right here, and you can still kind of see a little bit of a dark mark from the nubs. But from far away, you're really not going to be able to tell that much. The way that the shoulder pads are done, lots of great detailing, nice panel lining going on the upper bicep, and then these sections that stick out here as well. The hands also look really good. A little bit of some point. You see the detail of like how the claws look right there too. And then the back of the hand, there's really not any extra detailing. Once again, we have how this green is looking. It's also really nice. You have the inside here, which we don't I guess it's accurate, but we don't have any green circle stickers for that, which you could paint that up if you wanted to. I actually don't know if that would be accurate to paint these up for this particular Gundam. I don't have a image of it off the top of my head right now. It just is, there's not really much I can really keep going about, because I mean, I haven't reviewed this yet. Some of you may not be familiar with how this looks, but like a lot of the detailing was really good back then with the original Lfrith, and it's really good here too. Like this tubing section that they have sculpted in here is really cool. And then even though I said it was a little bit plain looking, we do have actual details on top of this clear dark section there, looking really nice. Yeah, just I mean, like, again, you look close enough and you see that that is separation of plastic, but like it's all hidden. Almost all of the separated plastic is hidden really nicely. I mean, yeah, it's just so good looking how they did this. Then you have these different hip sections here. Well, they're actually the same as the previous one, but I'm kind of thinking of the aerial right now. These definitely look different from the aerial. There's a little back section right here that was reused. We don't have any of this stuff reused or included, just because this doesn't use any of this. I will show off that this backpack, if you really wanted to, this backpack is compatible with this Gundam here. If you really wanted to, you know, use that for whatever reason, but that's really just for the pink and white Lfrith. Again, really great detailing that they've done, like the back of the legs here, and then with the thruster sections. The way that they did the color, you know, the separation with the hip section there, which that doesn't get in the way of articulation too much, actually. And then these hip sections too, like the detailing in there, going towards the crotch area, looking really nice, honestly. The way that this just stacks up with how the plastic looks, that is really cool too. Getting down here, again, lots of really cool detailing. Very good. One section that would mark up decently is like around the legs here, I feel like. But it doesn't look too bad here. These were probably, the inside here, these were probably the hardest part of these thighs to do. And then each side, this is specifically supposed to be in a diagonal line and in that specific orientation. Then we have the thrusters on the knee, which was always a really cool design choice there. Looking really good. This is I mean, these are locked in now, but I feel like the legs were a little bit hard to you know, be stable. But then once you put these separate back pieces in here, you know, they will stay pretty securely. One thing that doesn't want to stay secure too much is the feet. Like, you could pop these in, they'll keep posed pretty decently. You can feel a click in there to be secure, but it is a little too easy to pop the feet out. But I don't see any stressing of the plastic. Actually, maybe there is. Uh-oh. But just be careful if you feel like a plastic will stretch. A lot of these joints lately, not all of them, but like definitely with the witch kits, they clip into this C-clip here lately. Parts of me likes that, and parts of me, like potential stressing of the plastic, doesn't really like that. But I haven't had that much of a problem with it, to be honest. Again, really nice separation. Well, really, these two sections, you just sandwich these together. So I thought this was separated plastic right here, but that's just for the panel line. So the detailing is just really good for the panel lines, and then when there's separated plastic, like right here, for that seam line, you really can't tell. I mean, maybe a little bit if you're looking close now, but other sections you really can't tell the separated plastic too much. Last but not least, the feet right here, looking really fantastic. Bottom of the feet. Nice detailing right here, and then detailing gets a little bit broken up with how you have to slide in these pieces, but it's really not that big of a deal. So yeah, this thing looks really good. I don't know if I think it looks, I mean, color palette wise I like it, but I don't know if I would say it's better looking than how this is. I mean, they're the exact same, just some differences in design. So it's really up to you if you like the bunny ear stuff and some stuff with the chest over this one, or you know, vice versa. But they both look really fantastic. I already showed off the articulation with the missile pod, so you guys know how all that is going to work out. I'm just going to talk straight up about the Gundam. We have a ball joint at the head, and then we do have extra ball joints going into the chest there. So it's kind of like SH Figure Art, so you get this really nice range of motion side to side, pretty good up and down, and a swivel is also really good. And I can't really swivel that neck too much. You can make it swivel, but I'm having a little bit of a hard time making it move there. You do have a ball joint right here. It can go a little bit up and down here, but mostly goes in and out almost like a butterfly joint. Arms go all the way around, and these things that plug in, these part of the arms that plug into the butterfly joint there, they are this long peg ball joint, so you can make it move a little bit there too. And then you do have these moving shoulder pieces, and this is a little bit stiff here, but you do get, plastic separates a little bit. You can get a really good range of motion with the arms, pushing that all the way up. These sections here of the shoulder pads also have a little bit of a hinge. Swivel right here. The armor likes to come undone a little bit, and then this likes to come undone a little bit too, so just be mindful of that. If you get this upper arm swivel, we have a single joint elbow that does get a really good bend, actually. And then we do have a ball joint here at the hand. It can go a little bit forward, back, up and down. Swivel here. No other extra hands, unfortunately. Forgot to mention the 3mm hole there for any customizing you want to do with that. This little piece here might dig into the top of that section on the stomach there, so just be careful. But you do get a ball joint. It doesn't move too much, but it can go pretty good side to side, and the swiveling there is really good. I'm double checking that all the articulation is out of there. Yeah. So legs can go all this way around. This is stationary, yeah. Where it's supposed to be, at least. That goes forward, and then you can make that go back a little bit, and then the thigh split, or the hip split, I guess. I don't really know what I'm saying. That should be fine. I'm running out of steam here. Thigh swivel is a little bit loose, but not too bad. Double joint knee, that actually doesn't get in the way, and that's pretty sick. This also will move as well. These kind of like to pop out a little easily, too. And then we have, let's see, up and down here, more of a traditional ankle pivot with these here, and then this is a separate piece, and then this is supposed to be on a ball joint. This does pop off a little too much, but I can move around a little bit there, so very good articulation overall. Measuring out the model kit here, we're looking around just a little under 14 centimeters actually, so that is going to make this a little under 5.5 inches. You can see it's pretty much going to be the same height, at least to the top of the actual head with the original Lfrith. It's going to, you know, that retail one is going to be a little taller because of the bunny ears. On the left, we have the high-grade Exia, which, oh boy, that's another review for another time. But you can see it's a tiny bit shorter. Far left, standard size, Black Series Mando. Far right, standard size Marvel and Spider-Man. They're going to be taller. Overall, I really am digging this model kit. I don't know if I would say it's better than the retail Lfrith. If you're trying to figure out which one to get over the other, like, oh man, should I just stick with the retail one or just get the pre-production one? Honestly, I think it's best just to do the retail one, just because it's going to be easier to get. But this one is still really nice looking, especially that unique color palette. It's really fantastic. Really nice surface level detail on the actual model kit, which is reused from the original Lfrith, and you know that's pretty accurate to how it's supposed to be. So it's going to be really nicely detailed no matter what. Really nice part separation. They hide the seam lines really well also. Not that many stickers on here, but what stickers we do have, they're not very hard to work with, and they get on there pretty easily. The backpack is also really cool. It opens up a little finicky, though, and then putting the Chelonians back in is a little finicky, but the articulation on it is really cool. The details on the inside when you open the pods are also really awesome. It's just a really cool-looking backpack piece. And then, you know, the other stuff like the opened-up Chelonians and the rifle are all pretty nice as well. Nothing really crazy about those, if you ask me. And I'm sorry I didn't show off the stickers for the Chelonians. I just knew it was not going to work out with me, so I apologize for that. Overall, it is really nice. If you really, really desperately need to have a pre-production Lfrith in your collection, hopefully you got your pre-orders in by now with Premium Bandai, but if not, good luck on the secondary market. It's a little bit expensive over there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the model kit, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.